Did we, I mean, they weren't very courteous. I don't see that being, I don't see ATVs being any worse than that. And I guess that's really what kind of swung me around. Maybe what we need to do is, do we need a resolution, Al, to put this up for a vote? And can you do that, or? And I guess Austin hasn't said anything, nor has Denny. Maybe you don't want to, but.
Well, just to feed off of your point about the bikers, I mean, back in the day, long before my day, but back in the day anyways, everyone was always, oh, the biker gangs, you know, they're rebellious, they're essentially wannabe gangsters. I don't foresee that.
Continue.
I don't foresee the ATVs being anywhere near as bad as that. Yeah, they've got a little bit more of an escape route, if you will, if a cop decides to try and pull them over. But, like you guys said in your email, they are registered with the DNR. They have tags on them. They are traceable. I personally don't foresee a huge issue. I kind of like the idea, personally, if we're going to vote yes on it, to do it as a probationary thing. But I don't see as many cons as what a lot of people have pointed out, because I honestly, most of them have a lower decibel rating than, well, the Harleys that went cruising by Mike. I've ridden plenty of ATVs, and I've never had any of them that seem as loud as a Harley.
Your ATV is going to sound more like a crotch rocket than it will a street bike.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt this, but we need you two's names if we're going to have it in our minutes that you were here, that you spoke, name and address.
2595 Michael Avenue, Nippon, sorry.
Okay.
Deborah Lee, 27.
Oh, wait, I can't write that fast. 2595 Michael Avenue.
Right.
Sorry.
And name again, please.
Sean Fogland, SHAWN, HOA, GLAN.
Deborah Lee, 2073 Leon's Park Road.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. We just need that for minutes. So, Denny, did you have anything you would like to?
Not really. As far as what we've been talking about, I'm just all for less rules and less restrictions. So that's all I care about.
It's all about less government.
Less
isn't it?
government.
It's
That's
all
all
about
I
less
hear.
government.
Put the handcuffs on government. You bet.
And would you like to say something?
Yes, please. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to us. I mean, our club has been in existence since 1996. We're a family-oriented club, and these trails are not about our club, okay? These trails are about everybody in the county, okay? We just want to open up so people can take a nice ride. Maybe they want to take their family, they want to go out for a ride, and then they want to stop and get something to eat, get gas, and get back on the gravel roads. We don't want to be driving all over town. That's not the whole purpose of this, okay? And it's not about 40 people. It's about everybody. It's not just about our club. In fact, our club didn't even start this. It was another group of people that did. We just jumped in and tried to help promote it. So, but what I'm asking is, and these two guys sound like they're maybe for it, I don't know, is if you could just give us a trial basis, you know, 6 months to a year, and watch and see what happens. Now, there's gonna be people out there that don't obey the rules, like he said. There is nothing you can do about it or I can do about that. But there's also people that will do what they're supposed to do, as long as you have a designated route for us to go on, so that we can get into town and get what we want and get out, okay? A few weeks ago, we took a group of people, we went up to Hazleton, and we went up into Fontana, we went to the Amish, we stopped at the bakeries. It was just a wonderful trip. We had fun, we took pictures, we stopped. We're not out there, we're not hell raisers or anything, okay? I just turned 50. I mean, I'm not gonna drive like that, okay? You know what I'm saying? We just want, and it's not just about us, you know what I'm saying? It's about a lot of other people, and it would bring revenue to the town, okay? And all the other towns in Buchanan County are already on board with this, okay? And it would help tourism, I think, okay? Like Heartland Acres out there, you know, if we could get tied in with that eventually, that would help, you know? just saying, I'm asking if you just open your minds a little bit, instead of being so closed to it, you know what I'm saying? Because all the other towns, it's working for them, and
You might
independent.
wanna, you might wanna
You might
stop.
wanna- you might wanna stop.
Yeah.
Because what
I
you're
think
doing
you're-
is losing people.
This group.
If I may interject,
Let's-
we,
I'm very
We-
open-minded when it comes to things with the city of
I'd
Independence.
just,
and
I'd
this-
let it go.
Okay.
if I can,
Okay.
Yeah,
if
thank
I-
Okay.
if I can
Thank you.
interject, this is still a presentation, and
Right.
nothing can happen until you have an action in front of you. So if the council wants to direct us to create the resolution approving the map, or excuse me, create the resolution to consider the map, we can do that. But you
That-
can't do anything this evening regardless.
That would have to
One
be on the next agenda.
clarification,
It would not happen until the next
are
agenda.
the red lines what you would like to have ATVs on, just for clarification when you're preparing it? Okay.
And if there's any questions on that, I've spent numerous hours trying to narrow down just the roads that we need to get through town. You know, my first map was right down Main, you know, that way it wasn't residential and everything. And I understand traffic flow and everything, but, well, that's where police department's out there, you know, patrolling that, I mean, you're out, you're right out in the open, you know? And, you know, people are gonna be more respectful for that, I think. You
No,
know?
I'm not criticizing your map. I just wanted to make sure when they do the resolution, they knew what they were putting
But I
in.
tried to keep down the minimum amount of streets. I mean, there's some streets, and then like Lover's Lane and Enterprise Drive, I think it's Enterprise Drive to get to the truck stop over there.
Where does Lover's Lane get you though?
Lover's Lane is just because there's some owners that have ATVs on there. Now, on my other email that I sent out, I mentioned on there, well, with the streets and everything, you know, that other towns have opened up their streets for local people to be able to get from their house to the route, so they don't have to load up and haul 2 blocks, because that's not gonna happen.
Like I say, that was gonna be one of my questions is,
People will not.
because the person
you
that
know.
was out this weekend was all over town and
Yeah, I
not
mean, they're
on
not, they're
any
not
of your
gonna do that,
routes.
so we might as well be realistic. People, if we open this up, we need to consider opening it up for people to get to that route, because they're not gonna load up and go a block.
No.
So,
Push it.
huh?
Kinda like the
No, and they're not gonna,
I'm not gonna do that either.
so what do you need? I think
I think at this
are you
point,
guys done?
Yes.
at this point, I think we're starting to get into the discussion debate portion, which would be more appropriate if you have an action in front of you to consider. Because we're infringing on their ability
Right,
to make a
okay.
presentation, which,
Thank you.
to be fair, I think that you need to have an opportunity to have that conversation, that dialogue. Whether or not